Hello. Hello. Today we're talking about culture shock that we have experienced coming to Japan.
Yeah, this is I've been to Japan a couple of times already, so my culture shock has they're more tremors instead of shocks, I guess, with tiny tremors. But you'll find out more about that. There's some big culture shock, but most of it's just tiny for both of us. But yeah, let's just get into it. And
Well, first I want to say he's been here a few times. This is my second visit, but the first time I was only visiting for 1 week, so it was a very short time, and now I'm staying here for a whole year. So that's kind of our backgrounds.
yeah, so her first time was a very small sample size, so she can really get a lot of the culture shock.
Yeah.
I've experienced it all, so hopefully she'll be able to give you better insight to it than I probably will. But
Okay, so let's start. First thing is masks.
yeah, and yeah, it's like just like a mask. Why would you say it?
It's like the masks that doctors wear, or maybe the masks that painters wear to kind of protect them from fumes. It's the white mask that's soft felt material.
Yeah, it's like almost like a surgical mask looking.
Like a
thing.
surgical mask. Yeah. The Japanese seem to wear them when they're sick, when it's maybe like flu season or something like that, and they're afraid of getting sick.
Yeah. For allergies, when there's like pollen in the air or something, you'll just see them wearing it. They might not be sick or anything. They just want to prevent it. And the same with the flu. They want to prevent from catching it. They'll wear it. I know some girls in school will wear it when they have like some acne going on in this area. They'll try to cover it up. Maybe if some girls or guys or somebody are embarrassed of their teeth or whatever, they'll just wear it.
Yeah.
I remember last time I was in Japan, this girl in school wore her mask. I want to say like 90% of the school year. Like,
really?
Yeah, so you'll see a lot of masks, even if they aren't sick or if they're not sick. But yeah.
Yeah, there are some of my students that I don't think I've seen their face yet. And I don't mind the masks, but it's a little bit hard to hear them sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit something they have to get used to, communicating with people that have the masks on. But I remember when I first saw people with masks on, I was a little bit scared because I thought, okay, what's going on? Is there something in the air that I don't know about? Because especially in Tokyo, because of the high population of people, there's so many people with masks everywhere, and you wonder what's going on. Especially if, like me, I had absolutely no idea that this was a thing in Japan. So that was very surprising to me.
And it's not really a thing in the States either. Recently, I have been seeing signs in doctor offices or clinics that if you have like some kind of flu, to put on a mask. They'll provide the masks for you. But other than that, you don't really see them at school or at the streets or anywhere else. So
public places.
So it was a shock at first. Like, oh wait, why does everyone have a mask on?
Yeah, it's pretty surprising.
But yeah. Next one is toilets, and this is not really a bad culture shock. I think this is more of a interesting culture shock.
It's different, but nice at the same time.
Pretty sure most of you guys have seen it or have heard of the future toilets. They're really nice and warm. You can change the heat level of the seat, so you can sit down and have a nice toasty bum.
From
Not rum.
Not rum. But no, it's electric toilets. They plug in, and they've got all these buttons. They've got bidet options, different types of like
the strength of the bidet, like the water is coming out, and I think temperature also.
Temperature. The seat is warmed. It can make a flushing sound if maybe you want to hide what you're doing. But these very fancy, expensive toilets are everywhere.
Yeah.
I think it's more rare to find like a Western style, like no button, no frills toilet. It's very rare. They're everywhere.
My old apartment had just a plain Western toilet, but about 3 months in, my apartment came in, or like the contractor or somebody came in, and they updated my toilet right away. So it was nice to get it.
Maybe it's more sanitary. We should do research on that. Because they're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're in the schools.
But toilets are already cleaner. Like cell phones are a lot more.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
But there's the fancy electric toilets, and then there's the Japanese style. I call them squatters.
The squat toilets. It's just almost like a hole in the floor.
Yeah, it's like a urinal, like the men's urinals, but like in the ground. So for women, you squat and you do your business, and that's how that works.
Same for guys.
Do they have squatters for guys?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know
sweaters
that.
for guys. I've only used it once, and that was 2 years ago, so I kind of blocked it out of my memory. So
Did you not like it?
I don't remember. I remember stuff, but it's I'm not gonna share that. But yeah, I always say it was a cool experience the one time I did it, and I was really glad there was no earthquake, because you gotta go with it if there is an earthquake.
If you've never used anything like that, maybe if you've been camping or something and you go out and use it and like use the wilderness,
Yeah.
then maybe you're comfortable with like that position. But it's quite terrifying the first time. You know, you're rushing to the bathroom, you open the stall door, and you're like,
Dun, dun, dun. You're expecting to look up, but you have to like work your way down.
yeah, and you're thinking, okay, let's do this.
What? Yeah.
I actually like the squatters personally. I have no problem with them. They seem to work just fine for me. So I like them. So, yeah. Okay, next thing.
Yep. And this is not really a. Some people are already used to it in some English-speaking countries.
Yeah, it's not Japan exclusive. Our next thing.
Yeah, it's just driving and walking on the left side of the road versus the right side of what we do in the States.
Yeah.
You can talk about that first.
Oh my gosh! Because the driving, of course. I mean, if you're just a pedestrian, the cars are doing what they're doing. But if you're walking, it's really difficult to get used to staying on the left side of the sidewalk, staying on the left side of a building. You know, staying on the left side when you're taking the escalators, when you're taking the stairs. You know, it's everything. You don't realize it. It's so left-centric, and growing up right-centric, it's just difficult to get your muscles to like remember, go to the left.
Yeah.
Always go to the left.
Yeah.
And so it's confusing.
She brought up a go on the escalators. If you're in Tokyo or pretty much anywhere in Japan, if you're going up the escalators, I don't know how it is in other English-speaking countries, but in the States, you just take up like 2, 4, 6, like a little ball area where you guys are going up. But in the States, you gotta have to stand like back to back in the left side of the escalator. And the right side is left open for people to pass you to walk faster, if they need to catch
I think you said the States.
transfer. Was that in the States?
I think, no, you said the States. I think you mean Japan. In Japan.
Oh no, in the States we're all like clumped together.
Right.
But in Japan you're all on the left side unless someone's on the right to pass you.
Right. So.
Yeah, I don't know what I said.
That's okay.
I'm gonna trust you.
But yeah, you stay on the left side in Japan when you're just standing. But when you are wanting to move up or move down, then you take the right side. That's for people that are moving. But still, you always stay to the left, and maybe if you got a bicycle, it might be difficult to remember that you just have to stay to the left.
Yeah.
Because everyone will go left.
And it's weird because when people see us, they obviously foreigners, so I kind of feel like we don't know what we're doing. They feel like we don't know what we're doing,
Mm-hmm.
so I want to go left, but they go left also.
Yeah.
So then it kind of goes back our way. If we stay on the right side, they stay on the left side. But then other times it's the other way. Like, okay, they feel like, oh, we know what we're doing, so they go left, we go left.
Yeah, it's confusing.
So sometimes we're like playing chicken and we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I don't like it, but in Japan, people drive and walk on the left side, so that's that. Next one, you can talk about this one.
Yeah, this is taking off shoes. This is not really a culture shock, as more of an annoyance for us Westerners. I guess back in my home in the States, you could take off your shoes if they were like covered in mud or rain, and you had like carpet or something in your house. Just take them off right away. That's no big deal. But to do that like everywhere, your house, your friend's house, even at school, you have your school shoes and your work shoes. And then if you are outside with your kids, you have your outside shoes. And then if you're more of a gym sports person, you have your gym shoes. So you could be looking at 4 pairs of shoes if you want, or if you wanted to be just tight, and if you're tight on money, you can have your indoor shoes, your regular work shoes, and that's it. And don't really go outside that often.
Yeah.
Yeah, but shoes, the amount of shoes you need is a little...
In schools, when you're in schools.
It's a little surprising. So there's that, and then the culture of just taking off your shoes, like I said earlier. At your house, you have to take off your house. You have to take off your shoes at your house. You have to take off your shoes at school and change to new ones. If you're out shopping and you're going into dressing room, you got to take off your shoes also and kind of put it in front. It kind of shows that there's shows other people that there's somebody inside, so you don't go in. I know one place I had to take off my shoes to go to the bathroom, and put on
Oh,
the
yeah.
bathroom slippers.
Yeah, some places. Usually, I have not seen it in public restrooms. But there, maybe if you stayed like at a hotel that has shared bathrooms, there's a high chance that you, like a hostel or something, you might have to take off your shoes before you go into the bathroom, and they might have some form of like slippers, or you might have to bring your own slippers.
Yeah, so
Um,
be prepared to take off your shoes a lot.
yeah, so it's
Or some clean socks.
yeah, kind of building off what Raph is saying. Like at my house, we always take off our shoes when we go inside. But when we have guests over, we'd say that they can if they want to take them off, but they don't have to. And here they have to.
Yeah.
So that's a little different.
Like when we moved into our apartments, it was empty. There was minus like some of the furniture. There was no no like person inside.
Yeah.
But our first thing that we see when you open the doors down is a big sign that says no shoes. You have to take them off.
It was in like 5 languages. It was like in Spanish and Chinese, English. I saw Portuguese.
Yeah.
Like they really they mean it.
They had a picture with like no shoes. So even if you don't speak any of the languages, you'll know what they're saying. No shoes.
So it's a very no shoes indoors type of country.
Yeah.
Which is nice, I suppose.